There's a saying by Joyce Meyer: we may get given a cactus, but we don't have to sit on it. And for me, that really sums up our reaction to events in our life, because from a resilience point of view, yeah, we can't always control what happens to us and what cactus we get given, but we can control our reaction to it. And that's our choice, whether we sit on that cactus or not. I generally thought growing up that once I became an adult, I'd just get it all figured out, you know, all the answers would become apparent, and I thought that's what growing up was, coming of age. And imagine my disappointment. And I naively believed that if I avoided unhappiness, then I'd be happy by default. That didn't really work out so well. And so I climbed the corporate ladder. I ticked items off my bucket list. I accumulated money and material things. And whilst life might have had the hallmarks of success from the outside, inside there was a hole in my soul. I felt empty, I felt lost, and completely unfulfilled. I was sat on this big cactus. And even when, after many years of thinking about it, I decided to get off the cactus and change my life, I still encountered many more along the way. It was just after I hit 30 when I decided I would change my life, and I went on this journey to find out, okay, so if this hasn't made me happy, what will? How does life really work? And what is it that we need to be happy? And as a result of this journey, I learned so much about myself, but also about what makes us happy, about our authenticity, about living with meaning and purpose. But also the biggest lesson for me was about our resilience and the importance of our mindset. Because it's not about what happens to us that impacts our happiness, it's about how we react to it. Because change, it always comes and goes. It's how we navigate those changes and the challenges in our life, and how many cactus we choose to sit on. That's what impacts our happiness. Life hands us many cactus, some more prickly than others. And we can't avoid this. It's the ebb and flow of life, the good, the bad, it all comes and goes. So rather than trying to avoid the bad and chase after the good, the simple fact is, we all have our ups and downs. We all get given a cactus. Whether we choose to sit on that or not, well, that's what makes us happy or unhappy. And there are so many different sizes of cactus, some more prickly than others. So we can have relatively small cactus in our life that upset us. Maybe it rains on our annual beach vacation, or we get stuck in a traffic jam on the way to work. Some are much bigger. We lose our jobs, our relationships break up, we end up in hospital. And then there are those big cactus that come along that change our lives forever. We lose someone we love. We find out we have a life-threatening illness. And of course, these are only our own cactus. There's also other people's cactus that we can choose to sit on, and often do, particularly if you're someone that is high in empathy. Now, I believe empathy is a skill and something to be proud of, but if we are empathetic and quite a sensitive person, we can find that not only will we sit on our own cactus, but also other people's. And this might be people that we care about, and when we see them hurting, and it could also be just switching on the news and seeing some of the issues that go on in the world today. Now, this isn't to say that we shouldn't empathise. We can still feel for other people, we can still help them in some way, all without sitting on their cactus. And then of course there are the cactus that we create for ourselves. And this can be where there is not even a seed or a green shoot to be seen until we react on it. We can make it bigger, and then if we've not done enough, we then choose to sit on it. This can be our self-doubt, those times that we're scared, those times that we think we might fail or that we're not enough. Things like going for a job interview. Are they talking about me? Do they like me? I don't know if I can do this. Can I really wear this? What if I stand up and disagree with them? What will people think? All these are examples of cactus that we create for ourselves, often over things that shouldn't bear the slightest prickle. Now, obviously, it's most ideal if we don't sit on a cactus at all, but what if it's too late? What if you're watching this now, perched on top of your cactus? So how can we sit on our cactus with more ease? Because sometimes those cactus come along in our life, or it's a time in our life where we're more vulnerable than usual. And although we know all this stuff about not sitting on a cactus and what a pain in the ass it actually is, sometimes we still can't help it, particularly if that cactus gets thrust up our behind. What can we do to lessen the pain? Now, we've all sat on a cactus at some point in our life, but it's a little bit like getting a tattoo. You kind of forget how much it hurts, and when we're in that same situation again, faced with the same choice, we end up taking the needle. But if we do find we've sat on a cactus, it's critical we use it as a learning opportunity. Next time it presents itself again, we know what to do. We're better prepared to handle the prickles. And in the aftermath of our cactus sitting, it's critical we know how to remove the prickles, let go, and move on. How do we let go of the pain that it caused? How do we learn from the experience and do a better job next time around? So, you know when you're driving through the desert? Yeah, me neither. But like in the movies, there's rows of cactus, but in between those cactus, there's the smooth gaps, the breaks in the cactus. Often sandy, a little bit warm, and it's often the bit that the cowboys choose to take rest in between their battles in the westerns. And that's like life. We're often traveling through this desert, but sometimes we're traveling so fast we don't notice the gaps between the cactus, the smooth bits that we can take rest in. Because in life we're often so busy worrying about the next cactus up ahead or the cactus behind us that we've just sat on, that those smooth havens just pass us by. And quite often we're caught up in worries about cactus that don't even exist, the what-if cactus. My point being, if we slow down and start to notice the gaps in between our cactus, we'll realise that life is full of them. And if we focus on the good bits, there becomes more of them. And then we're so much more able to deal with the cactus and the challenges that come along in between, because we've made the most of the smooth bits. And then there's the questionable choice of riding through the desert in the first place. And if your desert seems to have more cactus than it should, maybe we need to change path, different desert, different journey. This is common in people that hate their jobs, which is common in people full stop. These are the ones that dread Monday mornings, don't get on with their boss, live for the weekend, need the paycheck. We've all been there, I've been there. And of course, we can choose to suck it up, or we can choose a different path. A new job, a career change, a desert with less cactus. But whatever desert we do choose to travel in, there will always be cactus along the way. They'll just be different sizes, maybe have fewer prickles on them, hopefully. And of course, sometimes it's necessary to travel through the cactus to reach our destination. This is when we face the end of our comfort zone. And this, there's no getting around. If we want to grow, if we want to achieve, we have to face our fears and navigate our comfort zone. The temptation is to stay put, stay where it's familiar and safe, but we don't ever grow unless we navigate those paths. And sometimes we have to feel some of that prickle that is fear. It's part of the journey. Inevitably there will be a cactus or two along the way. It's a normal part of getting out of our comfort zone and growing into the people that we're capable of being. But we can learn how to navigate these cactus. Every time you're faced with a challenge or a problem, ask yourself this question: is it a big cactus? And most importantly, regardless of size, am I going to sit on it?